So then, folks, welcome back to Towns with Charon and Velerious.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, unpausing. Let them go about their business.
And what a lot of business they do have in their tiny little suits.
They do have some business to take care of, and so do we. We need to, first off, identify who's getting decked out in silver. Now, was it...
I wonder how big you can make a building.
It wasn't one of the dungeon guards, was it?
Like if you're going to make a skyscraper.
So, what? Building?
Big,
oh,
yeah.
right. I don't know, actually. Is there, Yeah, there's a height limit of 12. So, yeah, you won't be able to go too high. I mean, I suppose if you dug out enough of the dungeon, which would be a hell of a project, you could make something massive, because you can go right down to, like, minus 64, whatever it is.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty insane. Now then.
All they need now is little cars to drive around.
Little cars.
I want little cars for them to drive around. Tell you one thing as well, the after Christmas sales are rolling in.
There he is. Yeah, it was Francis de Cahane.
Ah. So he has silver pants,
silver
and
breastplate, silver pants.
He needs silver boots.
So he's got, he wants boots, helmet, and weapon. We can only make one of those this time round.
Let's go for boots. I want to keep him in that pig slayer hat for as long as possible.
You want to go boots?
Yeah, boots and then weapon. The next time weapon is that.
Silver boots.
Yeah.
Left is one off.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's some silver boots for him. Now, did we start a second gold person?
No, we need to start one. It's the Da Vinci Code. Yeah, so we need to start one. Who, though? Who will be dressed?
Who will be our golden person?
Oh, golden girl, if you prefer.
So, have a think, Velerious. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I think we should go through people's names until we figure out.
Got Roger Boosie.
I don't really want it to be any of the blue hats, because they'll have to just ditch their blue hats.
Jeremy Boosie.
Unless we just made them gold and left the hats.
No, let's not do hatted people. I think you're right. Simon Botterill, Alice, Rose Ristow.
We could do Rose. Rose has been here for ages,
Rose
hasn't
has been
she?
a sort of a long-term member.
And she's only on Goblinite, not Hobgoblin or Diorite.
Yeah.
So she's like massively under-equipped.
Should we do it then? Should we do Rose Ristow?
Yeah, we'll do Rose. What's that guy got? That weird breastplate that's silverish.
Diorite. Okay, so let's... What are we making? Should we start with the breastplate?
Yes, we shall start with
because it makes it easier to find her again.
3 bits of gold.
Breastplate. And let us equip Francis with his silver boots.
I bet these merchants who come, right, and they're just like, yeah, we've just got 3 bits of gold here, you gonna buy it? And you go, yeah.
The silver boots haven't been made yet. We'll have to give them a bit of time, because I think they're still doing market-based stuff.
Yeah, they'll be doing that
possibly
for a while, won't they? Oh, is he not there?
They might also be doing meat-related business.
Yeah, the meat facility is like a 24/7 job now. This is the reason why they needed jobs in this. To make a kitchen staff.
Yeah, I mean, they will...
Maybe 3 or 4 kitchen staff.
They will, look, they're starting to build up the meat buffer. It's getting there. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But the good thing is they're eating hog roast.
I mean, the plus side is as well, if all the animals die, we've still got 99 steaks to go through.
Yeah. It's a pity we can't get some of these bastards to take some better armour as well.
And
since they've nicked our bloody weapons, Plaguebringer and Trickster.
Can't believe that.
I know, sly little bastards.
Split second.
And all that time we wanted them to like take better gear, they didn't. And the moment we got some really fucking pro league gear, they're like, oh my god, taking that.
Oh my god, I'll just have this nice sword, guys, with my bone helmet and my bone shoes.
Oh, little bastards.
It's like, when you think about it, bone is probably the shittest of all armours.
Well, wood is the crappiest in here, but yeah, bone's not much better, really.
I mean, to be honest, in real life, would not be better than bone? I mean, if you
I think bone would be pretty.
If you walked around,
decent.
right, basically with trees strapped to yourself, considering if not, you walk around with small animal bones attached to you, because these bones as well, I imagine, are not towny bones, because otherwise that'd be pretty creepy.
Animal bones.
Yeah. So you'd be walking around with a fuzzy rabbit's animal bones, which, to be honest, if you stand on a rabbit, would probably crush all its bones.
But I mean, the thing is, what you've got to remember is, like, if you're making armour out of bone, it's presumably because you haven't got to the technological stage of making things out of metal.
Well,
so you wouldn't have weapons made out of metal either, so the weapons would be bone.
But if you're fighting against things like hobgoblins, which are twice your size and can punch down a tree in one light hit, it's like, both of these armours are going to be ineffective.
Yeah.
And wrapping yourself in meat would probably be better, because then at least he can enjoy himself while beating you up.
meat armor.
Wouldn't it be good if you wrapped yourself in meat because it's fatty, so every blow would like ripple through the fat and it release the force?
For blunt trauma blows, probably, yeah.
So if you were fighting a hobgoblin, actually wrapping yourself in a cow would be better than wrapping yourself in a fuzzy animal's bones.
I would guess so.
That's a life lesson there for our commenters and our watchers.
I'm quite surprised there's no leather armor in this, considering that there is like animal skins.
Oh yeah,
but there's no leather.
No one uses leather armor apart from if they want to look nice. That's the entire point of leather armor.
Yeah, when we used to play Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah,
pretty much everyone on our server, because there was a very good mod install where you could pretty much use any, you could take leather armor basically and make it into pretty much anything you wanted, like physically, for its appearance.
Yeah.
So like you generally had like your armor that you would wear for battle, which would be like just solid plate or something, or whatever your character's able to wear. But then you also had a suit of just standard like clothing that was literally just cloth armor, but it was like you could do anything with it and make it look however you wanted. So you had a toggle, and when you came into town, you'd switch into your cosmetic outfit and look really badass while you're walking around town.
In Minecraft, they should start doing that. You know, like having two sets of armor things.
Did you hear? Apparently, in one of the newest snapshots, they've done it so that you can skin the arms independently or something. So you can have one arm look completely different to the other, not just for your actual Minecraft skin, which I think you could do that anyway. But I think for the actual armor,
no, you couldn't do that. When you coloured one arm, it coloured.
Oh, did you? Well, that's what they've done then. So it's now the arms are individual, so that you can have.
Oh no, wait, that's that thing I used that did that. You can actually.
But anyway, it is a thing.
Thing itself.
So I saw someone chatting about it, and I can't remember where I saw it.
Yeah, the main thing I want now is basically leather armor in Minecraft is pretty much crap, but you can colour it and it looks pretty. Now, instead of walking to a town and always having to like take off your leather armor and everything, it'd be nice if they just gave us a second like armor slot, for all the armor.
Yeah.
That didn't count towards your defense. So, like, if you put leather armor in there, you would walk around wearing leather armor all the time, but it would never break. It'd always you'd look like you were in leather armor, but you'd have gold armor. Yeah. The same way as like you could put gold in there, so you could always walk around like, say, gold pants on. But they would never help you in defense, never break, so they'd be kind of pointless, apart from the fact that you'd look quite cool.
I've got a lot of crap around. Actually, I want to sell that pig's eye helmet.
Why not?
Well, one, we're up to the amount it's got, I think, and two, it's actually got pretty decent defense.
Yeah. What about that? Oh no, you've sold the bony thing.
Yeah, so I'm just going to sell that lot. It's got nothing for us to buy.
The horny helmet.
But I did notice that the equipment is ready for our people, so I'll get that on.
That's good.
So we've got silver boots for him.
And Rose.
And a gold breastplate for Rose. And then that gives us a spare breastplate and boots to sell later.
What do you think of that, Rose? Oh, it's grand. Thank you very much.
Rose Stowe is a good character. On my Lords of Football for my channel, she's our backup striker, like our substitute striker.
Yeah.
She's got a habit of like coming on late in the game and just like scoring a header. She's really good at headers.
Oh God.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah. I should name more people things after games and such.
Yeah, well, I did. Like the entire team was named after Derpsvillians.
There's a Stonehalf competition going on that I'm surprised you're not entering.
What is it?
They're making character pages for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Now, obviously, while coding, they can't type up all the information, so they've given you attributes that they'll have, like a leader or a romantic or something, and you have to basically write a very small, like 200 bio about them, 200 character bio.
Yeah.
And like they're picking the best one, and it's going to be in the game, and you'll be credited for it.
Tempted. I mean, again, Neverwinter, going back to Neverwinter, which was just the fucking best game in the world.
Which, you, to be honest, are pretty good at writing all the descriptions, the bios,
I used to write
stories.
Epic bios for that.
The only problem
to the point where, like,
minimum
one of the servers I used to play on, they, like, changed the slight canon of one of the characters to tie into my bio. It was like, holy shit.
I get the distinct feeling, though, what they want is, like, for you to mention something that's happened in their past.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things I noticed was, when you pick up the saw sometimes, if you give the saw to a leader, and it's he's now a carpenter, so he don't have to do any work, he'll, like, have a little saying at the bottom right that just says, like, my mum always said I had a problem with power, but now I've got a saw.
I mean, this is the thing, I write, like, all sorts of shit just for myself, just for fun.
Writing's enjoyable. It's something as well that don't take much kind of skill. Like, you don't sit there and compose an entire song.
It does take some skill. I mean, when I say I write, I don't mean I write like fucking like I used to do years ago. Obviously, I've gotten a lot better at it. I mean, you've seen
in other words, he writes
you've seen
run.
the sort of the ongoing
Run,
novel I
spot,
was
run.
doing, haven't you? That was set in like in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, want it? See elf run, run elf run, stab elf stab.
Sort of like one of my favourite bits of writing is coming up with interesting characters. And it's like, I mean, the other day I've had a character in my head for a while that I just don't know what to do with.
Characters
Who's basically,
such as Dave.
I want to use him in a sort of low magic setting.
Yeah.
Where there won't be like lots of magic around because, basically I want everyone who has magic to suffer a penalty for having that magic.
Dwarven City.
So the character I've invented, she isn't named yet, she's just called the Oracle. And basically she can see like bits of the future, but only when she's in intense pain.
Yeah, oh, is she called Leknat?
No.
Leknat.
But she can see bits of the future, but only when she's in intense pain. Which means in dire need, you basically have to beat the shit out of her to find out what, the glimpses.
When looking at mythical lore, don't you basically have that orcs and dwarfs are the ones that don't really rely much on magic, where elves rely quite a bit on magic, and humans are kind of in the middle?
It depends. It depends what your canon is. It depends, like, because, I mean, you've got to remember there's, like...
I mean, yeah, you can make it how you want, but, I mean, generally...
People tend to use one of two sort of basic canons, which is either Tolkien's sort of world, or, like, the Dungeons and Dragons sort of world. So it sort of depends.
I mean, Dragon's Age was the first one that I kind of, like, noticed. They came up with an idea of why the dwarves couldn't use magic.
Mm.
And it was, like, something to do with, they mine magical crystals from the mines around them. And it, like, made them impervious to learning magic and doing stuff, which was really weird.
Yeah.
So kind of like, as their ancestors would go along, they would never be able to perform magic because they're just spending their entire life mining magic crystals.
Yes, that is quite interesting.
Kind of like sterilising the balls.
But anyway, so I came up with this character, the Oracle.
Yes.
And it's like, she doesn't fit into my current world, and I'm not starting a whole new story for her.
I think you should.
Because I don't know I just don't know where to go with it, to be honest. Because then I was like, well, obviously I want to have some more people who have magical abilities, but have some sort of, penalty. Like, I was thinking of having a wizard who can do... I'm not sure what his actual ability would, but the penalty would be, like, every time he uses magic, it wipes his memory.
Oh, so you mean, oh no, there isn't one like that.
No, but it would be like, I mean, this is, the whole amnesiac thing that's been done in
will he have a red hat, wear a lot of bone armour?
No, he's not going to be called Gandalf Rally.
Gandalf Rally.
But
I'm not a conjurer of cheap necromancy. Yeah. Oh, I can't remember
Did you know as well? I meant to mention this to you while we were playing Lord of the Rings, because you mentioned Gandalf's sword Glamdring.
Yes.
Gandalf also owns one of the rings of power.
Yeah.
I think it's the Ring of Fire, which is one of the Elven rings. Which is like, you don't really... It doesn't get mentioned in the...
it's kind of...
in the game.
Anyone. Yeah.
I don't even know if it's mentioned in the films, to be honest with you.
But the reason why I mentioned it in the thing, because I'm remembering now, that basically I went to go attack something that was miles away, and I wanted Gandalf to use his magic, and the minute I swiped into Gandalf, he's just got this sword, and he's slashing away at things. Yeah. I was like, what? You're an old man!
But he's not a man.
Stuff out.
This is the point.
He's not a man.
Boromir is a man.
Yep.
Aragorn is a man.
All the rest of them are different.
Gandalf's a Maiar, I think it's called. And he's essentially a sort of divine being almost.
He's not a Maiar. God's sake, Gandalf's a wizard.
You're
a wizard, Gandalf.
You could consider him a sort of demigod in a way, like Hercules was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sort of, he's definitely divine, but not a god. And so is Saruman, obviously.
Well, technically, in power terms, he'd probably just be like Thor, who gets his ass kicked by Iron Man.
Thor's a god.
I know.
Oh, you mean Thor, the Marvel hero?
Gets his ass kicked by Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's like, that's...
Essentially, that's what he is. But he's not a man, that's important.
He's basically just a very shit god. That's what demigods are. They're just very shit gods.
Yeah.
That way, I'm a demigod. I can raise this building above my head.
Come on, it's a demigod with a ring of power. And it's no wonder he's such a fucking immense badass.
But then dies.
And that's probably why he's able to fight off the Balrog.
Spoilers, he dies.
Well, yeah, but he also comes back.
Not meant to tell everyone that. That's more spoilers.
I'm looking forward to when that happens in Lego Lord of the Rings. That's going to be epic when he comes back as Gandalf the White.
That one moment where I told someone that I told them basically the end of Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
But I told them a made up version.
Clem dies.
You're not meant to say that either. Some people haven't played it yet.
It's such a good troll though.
I know, but
just tell everyone Clem dies.
Just saying that is fantastic. And then they ruined it by bringing out Walking Dead 2 where all the trailers are around Clem. And he was was like, "You're an arse." You know that, don't you? I was like, "Oh." I've got him to stop playing it though for about 5 months, which was pretty impressive.
Wow.
5 months to give up on a game just because you think you know the ending, but you don't.
This is such a good troll.
And the best part about doing that to someone is then later on, if I say something else, he won't believe me, and it could be true.
Exactly. You've really sort of got into his head now,
yeah.
so you can just do whatever you want psychology-wise.
Psychologically twist his mind.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You're a mind bender, Harry.
Walking Dead's a really good game. I do like it.
Yeah, it is a good game. That second series is fantastic. If no one's picked that up yet, you know.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth getting.
It's definitely worth getting. You will get the 5 episodes, obviously, if you buy it now, and it is pretty much a fantastic story. I mean, you could probably go into it without knowing the previous Walking Dead, but it's better to know.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to play the first one.
Yeah, because you get a lot more kind of knowledge of what's going on and everything.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's too hard not going in without it, because you get a feedback, don't you?
Yeah,
of what
I
happened.
do like the way that like a lot of the choices are just like you just got to you're given 2 like situations that you don't want, and you have to choose between them, sort of thing. That's sort of the core of it.
Oh, it goes like, there's 7 things you can do in 10 seconds. Better make sure you get the right one. Oh no!
This is getting out of hand, man. There's fucking meat everywhere.
Yeah.
They're not tidying up.
That was obviously going to happen, because the minute they eat one piece of meat...
But the raw buffer is full.
Yeah.
So they should start cleaning up pretty damn soon.
They should start cleaning up, or just keep cooking until the lag increases.
I mean, they don't appear to be putting anything in the barrels yet.
Did you set those barrels? Have a check.
Yeah, I have. Oh. I set them all. Look, if I just pick a random one, it'll be enable roast.
Yeah. That's just roast.
Yeah. It is just called roast.
Because you were looking at that. They're not going to put the roast in yet. They'd put the raw in first, wouldn't they?
Is that what they're doing? Are they filling up the raw barrels first?
I was going to say they put the raw in, but I don't think we set all the raws up, did we?
I did, yes. The raw barrels are set.
Well, yeah, because I think they put all the raw in first, and then they just keep cooking it when they want it.
Yeah, well, most of them now should be
dead.
I mean, a lot of them are still doing food-based things, but the buffer's full, so they should create and place item.
What?
Oh, maybe we've got some hobgoblin heads down there that haven't yet been processed.
Oh, maybe. Whoa, very odd, isn't it, then?
I don't know. What else did we have set up? I don't think we've got any other orders waiting.
There's nothing set up and there's nothing down there, as far as I know.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Where is it?
So,
Oh, maybe he's emptying the mine shafts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, so he ran all that way down there, picked up one piece of copper from the mine, threw it on the floor, and then was like, I'd say bye!
He'll be taking it back to put in barrels. But that means they're hauling.
He didn't haul it, he just took it out and threw it on the floor. That's the funny thing.
Oh, it's come back for some roast.
Yeah, he picked it up out of the mine, threw it on the floor, and then was like, that's it, I'm going.
Joe Boos is hauling.
Yeah, people should start
Simon Bottrell's hauling. So there is some hauling happening.
I love how Anne's just permanently got the plague now. Just every other townie just kind of staying away from her. Don't go near Anne, she's got the plague.
The plague bringer is pretty cool.
And just walking around going, you come near my home, I'll give you the plague. Where's my chewing gone?
So anyway, going back to what we were talking about characters as well.
I want
to run another character by you that I invented as well.
He's got Alpha.
Again, no name for it, but I was planning on having she's sort of half white. And when I say white, I don't mean like white skinned. I mean white as in pale white. Okay, and the other half is black, and again, not black skinned, but like jet black. And like a line just goes like straight down the middle of her, and that is her skin, right? So she's completely white down the left hand side, and completely black down the right hand side. Can't speak, but she's telepathic. And she has like basically another person who's also telepathic who can read her thoughts.
Yeah.
And so that like they come together basically, and they go around and do stuff.
Do they have dual personality?
Well, I sort of this woman can read thoughts as well of people. And she can she can tell when people are good and bad sort of thing. So it's sort of like a law enforcement style thing, so that she can like track down evil people and tell that they're evil sort of thing. Just something else that I've been messing with, man. So I do this. I make all these fucking people up and then never actually do anything with them beyond like just storing them in my brain for later.
I just kind of look at the computer and just go, eh.
But back in the day, like I used to make these. This is how my Neverwinter characters came about. Because I just like made shit up like this and then turned them into a character.
Clearly, I have the creative skills of the person who wrote that email from Lieutenant
Brigadier General Robert Baker. Do you remember that story you wrote? I wish we could find that fucking story you wrote.
I've wrote many a story.
The one about the dwarf. That was fantastic.
The one about the dwarf?
Yeah. With the king and, are you telling me? And all
that didn't have the dwarf in.
It did.
The dwarf was Kruger's journey that
was it.
That didn't have the king in.
Did it not?
No.
I could have sworn that was in the Kruger book.
King was in the Wolves of Winter or something that I wrote, and it was about a girl like fighting someone, and then the king was on the floor and he was like, "Are you telling me a girl did all this?" While he's still laid on the floor.
The problem was that you were still learning to write, and it's like when you're learning to write, you make a lot of mistakes about realizing it. And one thing that you sort of struggled with back then was you'd say things and then not resolve them. So at one point you made the king lie on the floor and never actually specified that he stands back up. So he was delivering this speech while still being laid on the floor.
What was absolutely fantastic as well is my story that I made into an RPG Maker VX game.
Oh yeah,
with it is a wolf.
Yeah. The villager who cries out at the top of his lungs, "It is a wolf," rather than "It's a wolf," which would be like so much more like natural speech. It is a wolf!
Like how you've got that kind of eccentric comedic fucking voice. It is a wolf!
That was some funny shit, man. Oh.
Yeah. And then we had the old men that kept popping up during it.
The old men, that was a good little running gag.
I even had like the Look of Love playing in one of the bars. If I played that now,
you coded in like a whole sort of disco scene that was just like incredible.
An entire disco scene with flashing lights, different tints. You could go through, change the records.
It was
you could
pretty
buy
epic.
drinks. You could play cards with this guy, and if you played it in a certain way, you won.
Yeah.
It was. I think someone gave you a card to cheat with. He said that he always gives you like a jack and something else. So he goes, if you take this jack, just say you've got 2 jacks.
Yeah, then you could cheat.
Yeah. And then basically you walk over there, and when he goes, "Oh, you got a jack, and what's the other card?" You go, "Jack." And it's like, "Oh no, I lost all of my money. Well, I'm dead. Bye." And then he just vanishes.
Stuff is going in barrels.
That's good.
We've done it. We've achieved what we set out to achieve. So
the other thing I did do, which was quite cool in that, I just thought now just to break you off quickly.
Go on then.
Very quickly. It's I created a variable when you walked into this tavern, right? So that it wasn't real and all your money and items and everything were taken and stored as like data to remember what they were. And on the way back out, you lost all the money and everything you gained in the bar.
Yeah, and gained all your
old stuff back. Like you've never been there.
Finding out how to do weird stuff like that was really cool. Like, do you remember I had that mountain pass where it rained on the way back but not the way there? And I set it up so it had all those triggers on so that when you were on your way back, it pissed it down. That was really cool.
It was good.
Oh man, RPG Maker is a fucking pretty impressive bit of kit, really.
RPG Maker VX is very good if you have the time to sit there and work solidly on a story.
It's a massive time sink.
You have a lot of items to create, a lot of story, create a lot of descriptions, a lot of people's names, everything.
Yeah. Which is, again, is stuff I love doing. I love the creation aspect of stuff. I love creating characters, most of all. It's just, it's so much fun.
That game I was creating for you that I keep going on and off being able to create it and such.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We'll have to get round to
that.
One
of the chase scenes is fantastic.
Are we going to reveal anything about that? Like, what the plan was? Or are we just going to not mention it?
I don't know. I did just purchase myself some
Let's not mention it. It'll be a nice surprise when we come back
I purchased myself some modern day sound effects. So I can have rain in an alley.
Nice.
Rain in an alley. You can actually hear the rain hitting like the old like bins that we used to have. You know, those used to lift the lid off. They were like completely steel bins.
Yeah.
And like the rain hitting the top of that, going like it's like, oh yeah, that's brilliant.
Right, everyone is sleeping, roasting, or hauling, or butchering. Create and place item again, and a few of them are working in the copper mines.
What I should have
which is a bit annoying, but never mind.
What I should have done was just done all the sounds myself.
Yeah.
You found a sword. Bing.
There is a game like that, isn't there, where like children made all the sound effects. I can't remember what the game is.
You open the door.
That would be quite good, actually.
You unzip your pants.
Plonk.
Blonk.
Right, I'm going to pause Derpsville Velerious because we're done there. We're going to leave them till next time.
And we shall see you again in the distant future.
Bye-bye.